Ishwaro Raksha, Shambho, Mahadeva. So the Hamsa said that fire is one part, is what we have explained. Yeah. Agni, Tattva of the Agni, swabhava of the Agni, that what happens. Swabhava is just what happens. I am not talking about the swabhava of the human beings, I am talking about the swabhava of the Panchabhutas, prakriti and purusha. They are meant for, the prakriti is meant for, with, if I can use the word, created, okay, even though it's not good, right. Prakriti is created with its swabhava. It keeps on projecting it, like a cow, a tree. It doesn't manipulate, manifest. It just projects its swabhava, that's all. It's nothing else. Whether somebody likes it or not, somebody appreciates it or not, or somebody accepts it or not, doesn't make any difference. You see? They project, that's called swabhava. You see? Even human being also has got a swabhava, but don't know where we lost it. One has to look for it. What is the swabhava of the true nature of the human? Is nothing other than the prakriti. Jivatma is a part of the prakriti. So it is the prakriti. That's why we say that you must have heard a lot of people talking. Even I used to tell in the class, in our Reiki class and all that. Be with the prakriti. Merge with the prakriti. Be with the prakriti. Have the natural instincts in you. Lots of words. You must have heard quite a number of words connected with the nature and being with the nature, to be with the nature, be with the nature, and things like that. What is that nature? What is that nature? Nature, many of them they thought going into the forest, going into the lakes, rivers, and then natural beauty, what we call mountains. That's not your nature. Be with the nature in this is be with your nature. That's the meaning of, the original meaning of it. Not be with the nature in the sense go and stand under the tree. And you think about the same rubbish what you are thinking in the house. How can you be in the nature? We said we are on holidays. How many people have gone on holidays? In holidays also you are thinking only the same thing, except for a few hours because there is a diversion, new place and all that. But the moment you get little leisurely time, you are the same again back at square one. Where is the holiday? Who has a holiday? Your swabhava should have a holiday. Your swabhava should change if that is a really holy day. Is it not? That's why it is holy. It's actually holy day. Since it is not true, people felt a little guilty, so they started calling it as holiday. Originally it is holy day. I don't know, I was just telling. It is holy, it has to be holy, according to me, Shastras, in the sense, it has to be a holy day. So swabhava is that. Swabhava, prakriti, nature, in the sense, swabhava. So every prakriti, everything that is there in the object, every bhutas, panchabhutas, panchendriyas, every organ of yours, you see, it has its own swabhava. The heart, liver, kidney, anything you take for that matter, they all have got their own swabhava. They are not behaving according to your wish. They just work, that's all, they just be there. That's a swabhava, you see. Well, if you tamper with it, naturally, it creates some problem, that's it. So long you don't tamper with it, you leave it alone, it functions as they are supposed to function. Even if you tamper with it, it is showing its swabhava at one point morning. The organ gets spoiled, that's all. Otherwise, it doesn't lose its swabhava, or it doesn't acquire another swabhava of it. Does heart acquire another swabhava? Swabhava of kidney. Heart, does it acquire the swabhava of liver? No. The heart has got the swabhava of the heart. That's all, pumping blood. That's all it knows, and it keeps on doing it, whether you like it or not. Yeah. It's called swabhava, nature, with the prakriti. So human thoughts, human mind, human functions, intelligence, intellect, and our functions, everything has got to have the swabhava, nature. When it is swabhava, there is no question of non-identity. Then the question of manifestations, question of manipulations doesn't come at all. Just to be with your swabhava. Today I was seeing one, somebody has commented in the Facebook. Good, sometimes some good things are there. Somebody has commented there that, some card was there and it pasted there some writings were there, but the meaning was, this person has written that I was so weak because of my struggles and my sufferings. I was so weak, because of my sufferings and troubles that I have undergone for a longer time. But thank God, those troubles and sufferings have made me stronger. That's what the sentence written. Something struck me, something is not right somewhere, according to me. Even though this is what the common people, everybody says that. Whenever you have problems, you learn out of it, you become stronger than that. So, when I read it, something struck me, then I wrote back. That neither one has to be strong, nor one has to be weak. Just be you. That's all. Whenever you become weak, then you become you, then you think you are stronger, and only the stronger becomes weak. Other than that, neither one is stronger. One cannot be stronger beyond the swabhava of the human. Can you? What do you mean by stronger? What do you mean by stronger? I am as strong as an elephant? Something like that? No? You have to tell that. What is stronger? Absolutely no meaning there. Nobody goes stronger, nobody goes weaker actually, Nobody becomes stronger. You understand in which sense I am talking about? It is not the stronger or this. It is becoming you, that's all. So neither you have to become stronger, nor you have to become weaker weaker. Just be you. This is called nature. Certainly I remember this, it's very much connecting with the prakriti, swabhava. When you are not in the swabhava, then only you start keeping on jumping from here to there to here to there to here. And you think you are becoming weaker, you are becoming stronger. Neither you are becoming weaker, nor you are becoming stronger. No, absolutely wrong. You are the you. Only thing, you are acquiring ignorance when you feel weaker, and you are acquiring the knowledge out of it when you think you are stronger. Neither you are becoming stronger, nor you are becoming weaker. So just be you, then you will identify, we don't have to become stronger, we don't have to become weaker. Just be you. That's called the swabhava, the nature. To be you means what? The to be you, the real you. Yes, we know that. We have discussed in so many ways. Swabhava, like the Agni has got the swabhava. So Bhagavan said that, the Hamsa told Satyakama, hey Satyakama, Soma, Saumya, that the fire is one part of the. They in everyone they are telling 4, 4, 4, 4. So this is the third set, is it not? So he said, fire is one part, and fire we have already explained what is fire. Then he says the Praviduvane Tasmai Evaja Agnihi Kalaha Suryaha Kalaha. Sun is the one pada. Sun is one pada of the Brahman. What is sun again? Again the swabhava is always there everywhere. Swabhava is there and happens is there. Why I said about this also swabhava? That which happens. What we called the other day we discussed about the happening. If it is in swabhava, it happens. Swabhava is what? So happens. What is manifested and manipulated? That you have acquired knowledge from your experience, and you are using that knowledge from the experience of your past to execute present day's karma, is a manifestation and manipulation. That's a manifestation and manipulation. This manifestation would not have been necessary if your swabhava you could retain as it is. And you could not retain your swabhava, unlike the animals and the trees and plants, because of your varied activities of experiences, and by which your intellect and mind got indulged into attraction, attachment, and all those emotional setbacks. Is how these experiences have been created by you. These experiences have been created by you, and you are utilizing that created experiences for the purpose of execution of the karmas yet to be done and being done. You understood? That which has happened in the past is an experience that is necessary for the past. Where is the mistake? Why the mistake is happening? Now, we have to understand this very, very clearly. Why are we committing? See, there may be a question, no? Why are we doing wrong karmas? We are all discussing about karma and execution of the karma, exhausting them. Why are we not able to execute the karmas in the right manner? It's a very vital point in the whole life of a Jivatma. Why are we unable to do it? We want that. We don't want that I should do a wrong karma and take another rebirth or number of rebirths and repeat the same thing, or as we call it as suffering. We don't want it. Fine. If you don't want it, don't do it. Do your karma exactly as it is. Do execute your karma in the right manner. How to execute the karma in the right manner? Why are we not right in the manner is a different thing. Another question is, why are we not able to execute our karmas in the right manner is what I am going to explain. I think that should be good enough. Why we are not able to do it is because we are utilizing our expertise and experiences of the past to execute present and future karmas. Yesterday's time, yesterday's era, yesterday's incidents, yesterday's emotion, yesterday's requirement, yesterday's culture, yesterday's loka, yesterday's people, they were all totally different. That experience, if I am transporting today, where you are trying to forcefully indulge and induct your old experience and expertise into into a new era, new world, new people, new purpose, new circumstances, doesn't match. Got it? Very simple, no? There's an old screw, rusted. You don't want to buy the screw. You made a new assembly, some sort of assembly. Plenty of old screws are available. Let me use that to assemble it. Now you must be getting it, yes? All rusted, half, some of them eaten up, some of them broken, some of them don't have the head, some of them doesn't have the thread. You want to fix with that the assembly. How does the assembly look like? Like that. Yeah? Isn't it? You got it? This is exactly why the mistake happens. I am trying to use my expertise of yesterday or 5 minutes back, the experience that 5 minutes before I had. I am using the same experience and expertise after 5 minutes, which doesn't match. I am just telling the time, 5 minutes and things like that, but it is called the execution of not 5 minutes. Execution of each and every karma. Forget about 5 minutes or 1 minute. It can be 1 second, it can be half a second. Each and every karma that you are going to execute has to have its own pattern of executional method, and you should provide that, then only it will function properly. Is it not? It's very logic. There is no, I don't think there is any difference of opinion should be there on that. Vedanta is absolutely clear for that, you see. I am unable to do. Why then I am not doing it? Because I don't know. Simple. I have not learned it. No? I haven't got the new screws. I haven't got the new paper. I am trying to use the same old paper where it is already written. A paper which is already written on, another example. Yesterday I wrote so many things. Tomorrow or today I want to write something on that. I have got plenty of paper on which I have already written. Let me take on that same experience of writing only. I write on that. Neither yesterday's is clear nor today's is clear. Because I am writing it on that. I am writing. I am doing it. But nothing is clear. What happened? Nothing. Then if you have to write new thing, what happened? You have to have a blank paper. You have to write new again. Again after 5 minutes, if you want to write again you have to have a new paper. Is it not? Same thing, karma also. Every karma you require a new paper, new pen, new idea, new letter. Your handwriting will also change. The handwriting on that and handwriting on this may change. Or the ideas may change, the time has changed, your purpose has changed, everything has changed. So it has to be absolutely new. You have to write new, is it not? Is why we are unable to do it. For that, what is necessary? You should have the Jnaanam. Since you do not have the Jnaanam, you are repeating the same old experience which was happened 500 years ago. You are utilizing the same experience. Yeah, exactly. 500 years ago, that experience you are utilizing to execute your karma today. That karma which was there, you might have done it right. It is exhausted or it is done. But you have collected the experience of that now, and you are trying to utilize it for the present. It will never match. So, none of your experience. Don't unnecessarily complicate things. I am not talking about the normal experiences of cutting the vegetable or sharpening the pencil, things like that. I am not talking about it. So that is, of course, with the practice you can definitely repeat the same thing, no problem. No, rather, you will be an expert on that. I am not talking about it. I am talking about living. execution of karmas, living, has to be, every karma has to be attended based on its own merit and qualifications. On its own merit and qualification. Everything has its own merit, and it has to be, the application has to be absolutely according to the merit of the karma that has to be executed. The merit of the karma that you have executed, you are going to execute, are totally different. That what you are executing today, you should know. What you are going to execute tomorrow, that also you should know at the right time. Now, that's a big problem. Every second, every fraction of a second, I am doing a karma. Or not one, hundreds of karma. Every thought is a karma, I said. Do you remember? It's not only doing something with the hand or legs. Every thinking, every thought is a karma that you are doing. So how to think or how to correct that thought, how to purify that's what's called purification. How to purify yourself, that's called purification. Yes, process of purification. How to purify that? How you will make that what is necessary for you should come in your thought, then only that can be executed by the organs physically, or creating a multiplication of the knowledge out of it in the thought process. Both are same. Yes. That also happens. That's also karma, execution of karma. Number of thoughts coming from one thought. That's a karma also. For that also, you require enormous amount of knowledge. What is that knowledge? Okay. I'm just deviating. Not deviating, it is swabhava I'm talking about. So it is an inherent quality of everything, you see. If we do not know this, whatever you do, what is the use of knowing? There are so many people, they know all the scriptures, all that by heart, all the shlokas. As I told you, Vedas, people will chant. You can hear so many people talking by heart, everything. But that is of no use. You should have the Jnaanam. They are all meant for acquiring the Jnaanam. By hearting them, writing the examples, milk mixes with water by itself. Okay, next what? Next I don't know. Finished. That's of no use. No. You should have the inheritance of Jnanam. How the Jnanam comes? That Jnanam means that you should be in a position to purify yourself, acquire that the Brahma Jnanam in you, which is limitless and which is not applied only for a small particular job of your thought or your execution of karma. The Jnanam is inherent, Jnanam is existence, Jnanam is existing, and you have to be in the Jnanam, not that you try to acquire the Jnanam. Because limitless cannot be acquired by the limited. It's a principle. So in order to have that limitless, the limited in you has to be renounced. Yes, that which is the ignorance that you have has to be renounced, surrendered. It has to be thrown out, and then you will have to acquire this Brahma Jnanam, so that through this Brahma Jnanam you will be in a position to purify yourself, so that all the experiences and expertise that you have acquired will not gain any importance in your thought level, or there will be no place for those experiences that is already acquired in your... Today what happens? We have got memory cells which is storing them. And you can also erase them, you can also incorporate them, is it not? Old memories some of the memories you can erase them. You can put new memories on that. But why? When these things are happening, what happens? You are utilizing your existing memories, your existing experiences in order to execute your karmas. Prominence is given to that, even though some amount of memory, being a Jivatma, some amount of memory will be there. A percentage of memory in the memory cells, let it be there. That is the swabhava of the mind, swabhava of the brain. It's not a mind again. Swabhava of the brain, in which the number of cells are there for the purpose of certain activities. These memories are, as I told you, to cut the vegetable. that memory is necessary. Yes. So that when you do the next action, this memory cells will be activated. So for those things, so it is necessary. Don't think it is not necessary. So for those things, driving, I am driving every day I don't learn driving, is it not? See, I am contradicting from that, is it not? There I said, don't use the past experience. Here in the physical activities, in the Bhautika Jivan, you have to utilize the past experiences where the memory cells are necessary. So out of the expertise that every day you getting up and walking and eating and drinking and driving and then cutting vegetables and cooking and writing, all these things necessary from your memory cells. Yes. They are only activities of the organs from the Indriyas that is to be activated in the Bhautika Jivan. For that, these memory cells are necessary. So, these memory cells will store that whatever experiences you are acquiring. As far as that is concerned, for the purpose of the activity of a Jivatma in the Bhautika Jivan, so long he is living in the world of materialism, so long he is necessary to be living in the world of materialism. Not only living, necessary to be living in the world of materialism, he will utilize that at one point of time. After utilizing that, if he takes sannyasa, he will erase all those things which is not necessary. There will be no more memory cells, there will be no more brain that is necessary, what we call it as a brain, that is no more necessary. Physical activities are not necessary. Then the Jnaanam being acquired through the meditation. In the process of meditation, he drains out everything that he has. In the process of meditation, he renounces everything. In the sense, drains out everything and merge or surrender himself or merge with the Parabrahman, with the Guru, with the knowledge. Prajnanam Brahma. He merges with that. So for him, brain and number of memory cells are not necessary in order to store some experiences. Why? Because he has already indulged and inducted him into the Jnanam that is existing, where all the knowledges without practicing is available. A Maharishi, without learning the driving, he can drive a car. Let me put it that way. Without knowing how to walk, he will transport himself from one point to the another point. He need not walk. So walking is not necessary. He can eliminate all these activities. Why you are doing that activity? Because you cannot do that. So you have to walk and go. That distance that what you walk and go, he just presents himself there. You see. So is it necessary? A brain cell is necessary? There it is not necessary. Why? Because, so this is the difference. Could you get me? The difference between this. So don't complicate that. Why? When I am saying that the past experience is not the one which is acquiring the Brahman, it is not the past. Oh, yesterday I did meditation, so tomorrow I should have the Brahma saakshaaatkaram. No. Yesterday is gone. It is finished. That experience will not be benefited for tomorrow's Brahma saakshaaatkaram. No. Every moment has to be the Brahma saakshaaatkaram. Every moment has to be the Brahma saakshaaatkaram. For that, there has to be an absolute purification process taking place here in the mind. After the purification is done, you are constantly in the Brahman, you are constantly in the tapasya. That's called Sthitha prajna. Constant. No? Sthitha prajna. You do not move. You do not move in the sense, your thought do not keep on shuttling from here and there. No thoughts. See? Because, why no thoughts? Thoughts are not necessary for you to execute your karmas. Why we are having thoughts? We are having thoughts and memories because we do not have the knowledge of the Brahma saakshaaatkaram, Brahma Jnaanam in order to live our life. Whereas, what is necessary is that's why the Brahmachari, here Vaishambhayana said, why he has taught the Brahmacharis Brahmacharyatva first and before going into the world of living is because he empties his thought level there and he becomes a Brahma Sakshatkari. So exactly he will know what karma he has to execute and exhaust, how it has to be executed and exhausted is known to him. While doing the karma itself, he is not programming it. See, karma comes, he is able to do it. He doesn't require any preparation for that. Or tomorrow, suppose there is going to be rain. Or tomorrow, if there is no money, what will I do? Tomorrow, if there is no food, what will I do? He need not to think. He need not to think. Why? Because he is in the Jnaanam, he is in the Annam, he is in the wealth, he is in the Parabrahman. So, whenever whatever is necessary for him, because of he is in the Jnaanam, the availability is already visible for him and he acquires it. He acquires in the sense, not for hoarding it, not for preserving it, for utilizing it, because that is available in the prakriti, in the nature. Where are you getting money from? From the prakriti, from the nature. That what you are getting out of XYZ activity, he, having identified the Brahma Sakshaatkaram, Parabrahma Jnanam, Parabrahma Sakshaatkaram, he can visualize the prakriti, and from the prakriti he takes, let me put it in that way, an action. He takes it, uses it, leaves it. Neither a bank is required, nor an account is necessary. Now you have to give an account to anybody for that matter. Finished. So what happened? I have taken the wealth from the prakriti, executed a karma, and through that a karma phala has been created. That karma phala which has been created is not mine, since I have taken the wealth from there. So this karma phala is also a wealth. A product of wealth is only wealth. I have taken the money, suppose in our normal life, taken the money, educated a child, he got educated and he got the education knowledge. Yes? From the knowledge he earns the money. What happened? The money has come back here. It has been submitted to the prakriti again. Does he keep an account? Does he know where it is? Does he transport it? Nothing. He is only in between doing things, that's all. You got it? So he is not earning it, nor he is losing it. Now you understand? Neither he is stronger, nor he is weaker. Now you got? Neither he is stronger to earn the money, nor he is weaker by spending the money. Am I right? Good. Are you getting it? He is called how to execute your karmas. Why are you not able to do it? Because we do not have the Jnaanam of the Brahma Jnaanam. No, we only have the Bhautika Jnanam. That's all. So the experience is what you had. Oh, yesterday I have kept money, saved the money so I could spend today. So tomorrow also let me save the money. So day after tomorrow I can spend the money. Tomorrow I saved the money. Let me put, wrong usage. Tomorrow I saved the money. There was a flood. Bank gone under the water. Chinese invasion has happened. There was one time when Chinese invaded Tezpur. When I visited Tezpur, Tezpur is the border of China. Do you know that? The Indian rupees were just on the road, it seems, lying there. Thrown out, all Chinese currency had come in. The banks threw out all the currency, whatever was there. People who are businessmen, they threw all the money out because it's no use. I'm just telling you an example. So something like that. People who have lived there, they have the experience and they have told me that this is what has happened. You won't believe what the money was flowing in the drain. Not. Or rather they came and threw it out and they brought their money to distribute it and all that. Right, fine. What I am trying to tell you is totally different. It's not the money I am talking about. I am talking about the Jnanam, that is prakriti. The Jnanam to execute present karma. Like a tapasvi or a jnani or maharishi, when he is sitting on tapasya, who takes care of his body? He is not taking care. I don't have to take care of my body. is what he says, that during the tapasya he is with the Brahman, and Brahman being the creator of the prakriti, he maintains the prakriti. When he maintains the prakriti, he maintains the prakriti which is a part of the prakriti. Why are we not the part of the prakriti? We are the part of the prakriti, but what happened was, being the part of the prakriti, you denied to be the part of the prakriti, so you called yourself as individual. Tapasvi did not call him as an individual. You called yourself as an individual. I and me has come there. When I and me has come there, Prakriti said, take care of yourself. I am there with all the things available. But if you have expertise to draw it from me, take it. Now the individual doesn't know how to extract it from there. Even though in front of me that wealth is there, I don't know how to extract it. In front of me Annam is there, I don't know how to extract it. It's a big principle. You have to understand this principle of Upanishad, Vedas. Absolutely beautiful principle. Why we are unable to execute our karmas and exhaust them is because I am utilizing old, unwanted experiences for the new karmas. It doesn't fit. That is not that. So, each and every moment, each and every thought, each and every execution needs its own, as I told you, based on its own merit and qualification and merit, it needs an expertise, or it needs a specific way of execution of karma necessary. Then only you will be in a position to execute them. For that, now you may be thinking, oh, it's a big thing. Now what to do? I gave you a clarification, that's all. We don't have to have thousands of decision making. Now when you listen to this, you will get really burdened. Now how am I going to get for each and every karma, every moment, how am I going to get the knowledge? A brahmachari, Brahma saakshaatkari, having attained the Parabrahma saakshaaatkaram, he has no thoughts. He has only the karmas, and karma phalas are not there. When karma phalas are not there, the experiences are not there. When experiences are not there, the thoughts are not there. Thoughtlessness, we call it as thoughtlessness, where he doesn't have a mind. Where he doesn't have a mind, in the sense, it's not that he has a mind. I hope you understand the language. He doesn't have those emotions of attraction, attachment, desire, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya is no more there in him. When it is no more there in him, where is the question of thoughts coming in him? So thoughts are not. Where are the thoughts coming from? Thoughts are coming only from the desire only, that's all. That's all. You're not feeling well like that. Take some medicine. So this thought level, our thoughts are entangled in our activities. Yesterday what happened, tomorrow what should I do? Now what I am doing I never think. Do I think? No. I am sitting on the chair and thinking. How many of us think, how many of us know that I am sitting on the chair and thinking? Mind is either in the past experience or in the future. What I am supposed to do, how I am supposed to do, why should I do it, why not I do it? Why these are all happening? They are all because of why the disappointments, why the strength and weakness happening? Where is the imagination of strength and weakness? What is the strength with which are you comparing with? What do you mean by strength? When you call yourself as strong, you have to have a comparison. Strong as I told you, as strong as elephant, as strong as God, as strong as a wealthy man. As strong as a boxer? What strength are you meaning by? You understood what I'm saying? So what happens is that there is no strength, there is no weakness. They are all ignorance, manifestations of your own escapism. Yes. You are not gaining any expertise from your sufferings. The suffering what you have experienced is the suffering, you have experienced it and finished it. The next suffering is totally different. If you have gained the strength, let me ask you one question very clearly, you yourself ask. If you have gained the strength from the sufferings and problems and difficulties and diseases, the yesteryears, why are you suffering today then? Why not you use the same experience now? And you say you are stronger by your sufferings and diseases and so, is it right? You understood what I'm saying? Have you grown have you grown stronger? Somebody had cancer for 2 years, undergone severe treatment, became well. He got a headache, he's suffering. Hey, you great man, you had been suffering with cancer and today you are suffering only because of small headache. Why should you suffer? Have you not learned it from the suffering from there? Suppose you ask. Just telling an example. He says that was that, this is this I am suffering. You understood? Have you grown stronger by your sufferings? Many people think that, I have learned quite a lot from my sufferings. You have learned, that's right. You are not grown to overcome the suffering that will come again. You have not learned that. You have learned that suffering was there, I have overcome that. That's all, finished. Over. Please analyze it and see what I am saying is right or wrong. So let us not tell such statements. Make such statements rather. Why I am explaining all this, that it's a vital point. Vedas, Upanishadic teachings, we have to understand it very carefully so that our life will become wonderful as a brahmachari. Don't have misconceptions. I have learned it already. Nothing has been learned. Every day, every experience, everything is new only. Okay? If it is not to be new, there will be somebody for whom 5,000 years ago and 10,000 years later, everything is same. It's called the Sthitha prajna. For that, you have to understand, you have to learn, you have to acquire, you have to surrender and acquire the absolute Brahma Jnaanam. So there will be no difference between one activity to another activity, one era to another era, one yuga to another yuga, or one culture to another culture. For him, doesn't make any difference. Only one, that's all. Yes, that's why Adi Shankaracharya said Advaita Siddhanta. Advaita Siddhanta, in everything Advaita. Only one thought, one Brahman, one Jnanam. That Jnanam is applied everything, for everything. What is that Jnanam? Brahma Jnanam. That's why Vaishyabhayana, that's why this Upanishad is considered to be very great Upanishad. Chhandogya Upanishad is you can ask, you discuss with anyone, any Swamijis. As I told you, there are not many people who have taken classes on this. I am not exaggerating. Not on Chhandogya Upanishad. Why? Because intricate, very, very deep. Yes, Maharishis, Swamijis, Tapasvis, they all understand. They all undergone. But normal people who are not in the spiritual path, they will never be able to acquire this Jnanam. This acquiring of the Jnanam is necessary. Why? Because a person who is walking on the spiritual path has to understand how to execute his karma. If he doesn't know how to execute his karma, how is he going to exhaust them? So we say that Bhagavan Krishna also said in Bhagavad Gita that karma, do the karma, phala you give it to me. It's not yours, he said. It's not yours. It's mine. Even though you are doing the karma, the phala is mine, so surrender it to me. What is the meaning of it? The meaning of that when he is executing his karma, it is not his karma, he is executing a karma. There's a difference. One is kartrutva bodham. So he says, don't have the kartrutva bodham, execute the karma. So it's not my karma I am executing, it's not I who is executing the karma, it's not my karma I am executing, it is a karma that I am executing, so automatically the phala is not mine. It's Bhagavan's. It's how it has to be identified. How to identify them? Only through the Brahma Jnanam. So, where the kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, when it is no more there, the thought process coming into, that's why purification is necessary. That has to be restricted, that has to be stopped. It won't be there. No? The desire is an activity of a mind. The desire is an activity of a mind where the mind says, mind behaves as there is scarcity for something. When there is a feeling of scarcity, let me put it very clearly, qualifying. Feeling of scarcity, not scarcity. When there is a feeling of scarcity, the mind goes into desire. That's finished. Took you in a different track and goes very fast. Kamam, krodham, yes, lobha, moha, they are the desire. Kama is the desire. That kamam, that which happens to the mana, is only because of the imaginations of the mind, illusions of the mind, hallucinations of the mind. It's only because of the desires that is creating, because it thinks that, it feels that, there is a scarcity. Now, these misconceptions, we call it as misconceptions. In the yogic, in the Vedanta, it is known as misconceptions. In order to remove these misconceptions, you have to conceive the right knowledge. Perceive the right knowledge. When you perceive the right knowledge of the Upanishadic way, that samarpana bhava, upasana, nididhyasana, in these manners, when you do that, automatically what happens? The necessities or the requirements, the necessities, and the karmas that is necessary will automatically be revealed, because the self, the sharira, the mana is already surrendered. That samarpana bhava has to be there. When the samarpana is done, that I is not there, my is not there, and that kartrutva bodham is not there, karta is not there. For a tapasvi, for a maharshi, for a jnani, there is no karta. And that's why I told you some time back, probably you remember that, even if you fight with a maharshi, he might tell you something, you will tell something, you go, after 1 minute you go, hey tapasvi, please pardon me, you get me this help. He will immediately give you the help. Why? Because he has not looked at you as an individual. He has handled a situation 2 minutes before. He is handling another situation 2 minutes later. That doesn't have any connection between the previous activity and present activity. As far as he is concerned, this has no connection, even though you think it comes from the same person. But he says, it is not the same person. Why? Because that was his karma 2 minutes back, and this is his karma 2 minutes later. In order to rectify it, you see. This is how he analyzes. You got the point? Yes. So he identifies things in the level of activity, not as the human and individual. You and me, what happens? We all have the desires, thinking that because there is an insecurity of living, insecurity, even though the life is insecure only. Whether you think it is secure or not, it's insecure only. Any moment it can go. There is no guarantee. Yeah? That's what Parikshit is an example for that. Why the story of the Parikshit has been created. Whether it was actually happened or not, we do not know. But still, Parikshit's story is an example for us. It can happen in one shapa from a Maharshi, life is gone, finished. So Parikshit, what he decided, it doesn't matter. So he says in 7 days, I will acquire the Jnaanam so that I will not. Why? It's not that I will not die. He will die. He knows that 7 days later he has to die. Because it's a shapa from a Muni. So it has to happen. There is no way. Even Maharshi Shucha also knows about it. Narada knows about it. All the Maharshis, Tapasvis, Jnanis, Mahavishnu, everybody knows about it. He will die. He has to die. And Parikshit also knows that he will die. He did not pray for extension of his life of 7 days to 10 days. But in this 7 days, a time of my, tenure that you have allotted me, I will become a Brahma Saakshaatkari so that I have no death. Not this death. I have no death. Who are you to kill me? Yes. So he determined that. So Bhagavatam was created. Things like that. You understood what is the significance of that 7 days? 7 chakras. 7 days, 7 chakras. Awakening the 7 chakras. Gaining the knowledge of that. That's why 7 days. And Parikshit has been given he has determined, and in 7 days' time, he acquired moksha, mukti, liberation. He acquired the Brahma Jnanam. From the ignorance, he recovered from the ignorance to Jnanam, so he has got mukti, like what we saw yesterday. From the ignorance to Jnanam is called mukti, liberation. What happened? He has become a Jnani. So for the Jnanam, there is no death. See, that's why he said, no death, no birth, no death for the Jnanam. Whereas ignorance is born and dead. So the human is born and dead because it's ignorant, full of ignorance. So he is born, he is dead. Once he becomes a Jnani, he becomes a Devata. For Devata, Amaratvam, Amrutatvam. Amaratvam, Amrutatvam. Doesn't die. Is not born. Why? Because it's a Jnanam. You got the difference now? So when you have the Jnanam, do you think that when that can happen, do you think it is a surprise that you can execute one karma with that Jnanam? Now you know how to execute your karma with that Jnanam. To have the Brahma Jnanam, we have to undergo the process of learning, is why all these exercises has to be done. So Satyakama, hey Satyakama, one pada of that is fire. If it is fire, another pada, the same pada. In one pada, 4 divisions. One pada is Surya, which has its own swabhava, is Prakasham. Prakasha is also considered to be the Jnanam. Without sunlight, nothing will happen in this universe. Everything will be frozen. Yes, that's all. Ultraviolet is there, rays are there, and the heat is there, light is there. Temperature varies from morning to afternoon, afternoon to evening. The variation is also there. The varied temperature is necessary. Variation is necessary. Yes, for the jivas, for the birds, for the insects, for human being, for animals, for everything, for water, for gaseous materials that is produced, bacteria that is there in the atmosphere, for everything. This, you see, how many things are happening. Is sun doing it? No. Is he doing a karma? No. How many karmas are executed because he is there? Let me call sun as he. Okay. How many karmas are being executed because of sun is there? Oh, we ourselves complain. Today, आज तो सूर्य भगवान भी नहीं निकला, कपड़े कैसे सुखाएंगे? We have a problem. कपड़े कैसे सूखेगा? सूर्य भगवान ने आज स्ट्राइक कर लिया, निकला नहीं है. देखो. Does he do the drying of clothes? I'm just telling you small things so that. What is that? It is, we have considered one of Surya's activity is drying my clothes. So he has not come today. So I cannot dry the clothes. See, we have put the blame on him only, no? He did not rise today, so my clothes are not dry today. Is he doing anything? What I am trying to tell you, please understand this very carefully. Swabhava I am talking about, where we have to acquire this. Our own nature, our own swabhava through the Jnaanam, through submission. So Bhagavan, Surya is just rising up. Being the swabhava, there is an ultraviolet rays, there is gas temperature, there is heat, there is a variation of heat from morning till evening, and there are bacteria, insects and birds and human beings, and whether it is drying the achar or whether it is drying the cloth or it is creating the solar energy or it is creating the very very sophisticated electronic equipments through solar power. Everything starting from the insect living to the solar energy is all created. From the solar energy many things are being happening, and plus the infections and bacteria. So many bacteria are killed and so many bacteria are protected. So much of annam is produced without sunlight. So many activities happen, so many things happen. Why? Because who is responsible for it? Surya is saying that is there any kartrutva bodha for that? There is no kartrutva bodha. Because of the sun rising, all these things are, we call it as happening. How it happens, now we know that. We already explained it in the previous class. How happening happens is because of the swabhava. Surya even doesn't know that these are all what is happening when I am rising up. Does he know? No. He doesn't know. What is he doing? I have come up, so there is a light and temperature. Now let me sleep till the evening. Let this keep on going. Like that oil chakki, that in our place we say that there's a bail bandh dete hain usme na. That one, the man who is sitting on that, does he do the grinding of that the oil cake? No. Is the ox that is tied up on that, is he doing the oil cake grinding? No. Is the pivot and fulcrum that is doing the oil cake grinding? How is the oil coming out? This man who is sitting on that, making the bull going around and the ox going around, he is sitting on that, he is sleeping. This keeps on rotating, and this man sleeps. At one point of time, he just wakes up, say that okay, oil is ready. Now remove it. What's happened? Oh, so how many activities? All these activities are happening. Is any one of them are conscious about it? Nobody is conscious. The man who does it is not conscious. The bull is not conscious. The equipment that is there, pivot and then the fulcrum is not. Neither nor the oil cake itself doesn't know that they are extracting oil from me. You understood what I am saying? Surya doesn't know. Karta is not there. When only the human being is the one who says, then what happens? He fills up everything in the tin, the oil, and the owner of that, who has not seen any of these activities, he keeps it in stores and he says that this is my oil. No? He has not seen anything. This is exactly what happens. Swabhava. Now, kartritva bodham should not be there. When there is kartritva bodha, then the bhoktritva bodha comes. Karta is not there. So here, what he says is the swabhava is that where there is no kartritva bodha. In order to have, not to have the kartritva bodha, in order to not to have the kartritva bodha, you have to surrender or you have to renounce your karta. If the karta is renounced, kartritva bodha is no more there. How will you renounce again? They are not physical activities, it is through the Jnaanam. I am not the doer. Brahman is the doer, everything is happening. No? Old people in our house says that, अरे बच्चे हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? भगवान जो करते हैं सही करते हैं. सो होना ही है तो होगा, तो होने को. Simple words, simple language, very small things, but they told a big principle from that. इसलिए तुम दुखी ना होना. उनको बीमार होना था, उनको मरना था, वो मर गया. हम और तुम कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं इसमें. We can't do anything. It has to happen. Can anybody stop it? He says that. No, can anybody stop it? There is no karta. There is no karta. In those such situations, we say we can't help it. In fact, in everything, when there is a karta, according to Vedanta, I am not talking about the bhautika jivan, sannyasa, kartritva bodha is there, then the bhoktritva bodha will automatically come. When the bhoktritva bodha comes, then only the desire, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya comes. For a bhokta only all these things have come. So for a brahmachari, according to Vaishambhayana, when he trained these brahmacharis and left him, according to Chhandogya Upanishad, when they started living their life as a normal human beings, in the society, as getting married, having children, and looking after the house and families and farmhouses, they are not the karta, having the brahmachari, being the brahmacharis, they have a consciousness that they are not the karta, but they are doing a karma. That's all. And they are not gaining any experience out of that karma and executing a karma, but they have already have the experiences of the Brahma saakshaaatkaram, utilizing that Jnaanam to execute the karma. So he does the karma, he exhausts it. There is no more visible. Because karma phala doesn't come back to him. When it comes back to him, then only we store the experience, use the same experience in order to utilize that. It's not that. Every flower, when it blooms, it has its own fragrance. Even from the same plant, if the new flower comes, its own fragrance. Oh, yesterday there was a flower, it died, wilted away, but let the fragrance be transferred here. No, it's not possible. No, it's gone. It has its own. Why? This is the next one, next moment, next creation, next prakriti, next drishti, next everything. So that flower, that fragrance is no more valid here. It will not match with this. And bhoktritva. So, hey Satyakama, sun is one part. Sun, the light of the sun is also, we say light is normally translated in Vedanta as knowledge, prakasham. Because in the prakasham only everything happens. Prakasham is to see, prakasham is to experience, prakasham is to execute. Prakasham is to have the anubhava, anukarana, anubhava, everything. Yes. Everything can be done only in the light. So light is a Jnanam. Hey, Satyakama. The next path is Jnana. Light is, fire is also light. Sun is also light. Here, the swabhava is the temperature, heat, and then burning of the unwanted things and the, destroying that whatever is not necessary is the character of a light here. But here the character of the light is that to bring the, annam, to bring that, to bring up that. One is that destroying it. Another is creating it. So that which is destroying it, that which is creating, that which is protecting, moonlight is that which is protecting. Again, that is necessary for the annam to grow. There are so many things which can happen in the moonlight only. So that light, see, lights are all different according to us. There the fire and the Agni is different. Sunlight is different where there it is distracting, here it is creating, here it is protecting, here it is cooling. All these lights, hey Satyakama, is Jnanam only. So that which is destroying, that which is creating, everything is Brahman. Brahma saakshaaatkaram, Brahma Jnanam. So the Brahman, everything is from the Brahman. Even though it appears to be different to you, now what happened? He is comparing. That's why every set they have made the 3-4 sets. Fire is also light, sun is also light, moon is also light, even though you look at it in a separate way, according to your own vision, you see them as different lights, but the day you attain the tapasya, you do the tapasya, you see the light of that which is destroying it, you see the sunlight which is producing the annam and other things, you see the moonlight, this one, all the light is what? Even though they are light, one is producing, one is destroying, one is protecting, one is doing, one is taking, one is giving. All these are lights. What all these lights are? All the lights. How can these fires or how can these lights, let me pluralize it. How can these lights, one destroy it, one creates it, one cools it, one brings it, one so many activities. All these lights can happen. Why? Because all the lights are light only. There are no lights, they are all light. But you, because of your ignorance in the vision, you are seeing those lights as different. You are seeing those paadas are different. So, hey Satyakama, 4 paadas of Agni, Surya, Chandra, and then the lightning is the next one. The lightning, very powerful, followed by a thunder and an explosion, because of 2 gaseous materials, when it's an explosive actually, the lighting up an explosive, scratching explosive. And the power is more than I think few thousands of kilowatts, That's why when the lightning strikes, immediately either it is burnt. So powerful it is, so higher. So, starting from small fire to the big fire. Starting from small light to big light. Starting from the distracting light to protecting light and producing light and preventing light. And then all these happenings, all the lights, you see, it's because of your ignorance. All these lights are the light only, but why are you seeing it different? Why? Because the light is the Jnaanam, the light is the Brahman, the light is the Brahman. So the Brahman has got the Jnaanam of everything. So the light that is there does everything. In one phase it is doing this, another phase you are doing this, another phase is doing that, another phase is doing that. It has got all inherent capacities. Everything is light, everything has got incorporated in that one light. Because of the activities are different, you identify them as different. You call them as one as fire, one as sun, one as moon, and one as lightning. But as far as Jnani is concerned, everything has produced light only. Whether it is lightning or sun or moon or fire, they all produced, as far as Jnani, the light only. So I will merge myself only with the light, none of them. When I merge with the light, when I understand the light, from that light I understand all the activities. I don't have to study the sun, I don't have to study the moon, I don't have to study the fire and the lightning. I understand and study, surrender to light. I become the light. When I become the light, I have all the activities. Hey Satyakama, this is what is called the light. These are the four divisions. This is the next pada. He says this is the next pada. So Brahman is, oh Saumya, oh Brahman, this is surely one foot called the effulgent, having four parts. This is the effulgent of the four parts. So in each one, so Jnaanam, even though you may say, as just telling you in a different language, that's all, some time back. You may say this is Upanishadic knowledge, or that is physics, that is chemistry, and that is biology, and this is tapasvis, that is upasana, nididhyasana, and tapasya, and merging with the Guru and the Jnaanam, embodiment of Jnaanam. Everything is same, the Jnaanam. So the Samaveda said, Tat Tvam Asi. You understood now the meaning of Tattvam Asi? Prajnanam Brahma, that Prajnanam, Tat Tvam Asi. Everything is that way. That light is the one, everything is that light. Suppose fire claims, Surya claims, moon claims, lightning claims. He says that every one of you are me only. You are all lightning. If you don't have the prakasha from you, you will never be called as sun, you will be never called as moon, you will be never called as lightning, you will be never called as fire. Why they are calling you that? Because I am there in you. Who? The light. Who? The Brahman. Who? The Jnaanam. Is it not? What? So he says, do. Saeva edamevam vidvas chadushkalam padam brahmane jyotishman ityupaste jyotishman asmin loke bhavati jyotishmado haloka jayadiya edamevam vidvas chadushkalam padam brahmane jyotishmani upyusaste saptama khandaha samaptam. Based on this, hey Satyakama, he who having known this way, that this 1 foot of the Brahman consisting of four parts, meditate on it as an effulgent, become effulgent in the world. He who having known in this way, this 1 foot of Brahman consisting of four parts, meditates on it, and it as an effulgent, he wins the effulgent worlds. The world of light, he wins over. The world of prakasham, he wins over. The world of jnanam, he wins over. Just to cross beyond that. So meditate on these lights and identify all the lights are same. There is no classification. Why? Because swabhava of each one is prakasha. That prakasha is same in everyone. There is no change. There is no difference. So you have to experience that there is no difference on anything. You understood now? Now I relate, I told you some time back that there will be no thoughts at one point of time. So different methods need not be applied for each and every karma. Did I say that? Yes. So you don't have to worry about it. So you won't have any thoughts. Same way. When I know these are four different lights, then only I have to have the kartutva bodham to apply different activities for different lights. When I realize through the Brahma saakshaaatkaram, through the tapasya, nitidhyasanam, if I realize that all the lights, all that, these are all coming from the same prakasham, same light. If that light is not there, none of them will be there. They are there existing. They have their swabhava only because that existence of the light is there. When I realize that, what happens? Do I have any differentiation of all this? So what will happen? Even if I have to destroy something, I will put in the same light. If I have to grow annam, I will put in the same light. If I have to do protection, I do same thing. If I have to have ultraviolet rays, I put there. If I want to have the solar energy, I put there. Everything is what? All activities. You see, getting it? Parabrahma saakshaaatkaram. That is Brahman. This we have to realize that same. So kashta, dukkha, which we call as emotions, they are all due to ignorance of ours. We identify them as human beings. Yes, we have to undergo. Why? Because of the karmas. But it is because of the karma, so I cannot sit keeping my hands like this. Now what can I do? And sitting like that will not help. That's why they say, Maharshis, Tapasvis, Jnanis said that identify, follow this path of the saakshaaatkaram sannyasa. Identify the sannyasi in you. Identify the sannyasi means satyam in you. Identification of that satyam in you, so that you will not you will not acquire any experience, and you will not use any experience for unwanted things. I mean, you will not experience the old experience in the new ways. That's a very vital point. That is where the mistake happens. Yes. So it will not happen. So Bhagavan says, this path is the one which is to be chosen, and in this path what happens? As he told in Bhagavad, that there is no death, there is no birth. Like Parikshit saved his death out of listening. What he has done? Shravanam of the Brahma Saakshaatkar, Brahma Tattva. 7 days, Bhagavata Katha, Bhagavata Patham, Patanam. Yes. The Guru, he recited and told the Brahma Jnaanam to him. That's all. He did not do anything. He just perceived it. By having the Shravanam, constant Shravanam, he converted himself into the Shravana. Having converted into Shravana, he started perceiving it. He has become the owner of the Jnanam. Having become the owner of the Jnanam, he sees Jnanam, he is Jnanam, he is a seer, he is an experiencer, he is a listener, he is a talker, everything karta, bhokta, everything has become one. When he has become everything one, there is no Parikshit existing there at that time, only Jnanam existed there. It has not come from Maharshi Shucha, it has not come from anybody else, it has come from the existence, from the Jnanam. As I told you, 2-3 fires, no Maharshi, I am talking Jnanam, Maharshi is talking Jnanam, so and so is talking Jnanam. None of us are important there, or none of us are like Agni, Surya, moon, and lightning. What is all that? All of them are what? All of them are Jnanam only. What is speaking? What is spoken by them? Jnanam. What has come out of them? Jnanam. What has been listened by others? Jnanam. What is inside them? Jnanam. What is outside them? Jnanam. What are they? See, analysis. Could you get it? Yeah? This is how it is. That is Brahman. That is why embodiment of Brahman, embodiment of Jnanam. There is a word used. This is the reason why it is. When Jnanam is spoken, he is Jnanam. Inside is Jnanam. There is no karta. I am speaking. Upanishad is not anybody's. Jnanam is not anybody's. Brahman is not anybody's. So Brahman, Tattvam Asi. So, also said, I am Atma Brahma will come the next shloka. That's not now. So that's why Mahavakyas of the 4 Vedas, Mahavakyas, Prajnanam Brahma, I am Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. This also, when I complete everything, Aham Brahmasmi. That's all. The aham is not that sharira again. Who is talking that aham? Who is that aham? Jnanam is the aham. Who is the Brahman? Jnanam is the Brahman. So, who is telling? Jnanam is telling, I am Jnanam. The Jnanam, Brahma Jnanam is telling, I am Jnanam. Aham Brahmasmi. Om Shanti. Today we will stop. 8. Section 8 we will take next. Ishwaro.